Hey, how you doing? My name is Sean Savitt with Live Lux Real Estate, and today I am here with Walter Campbell, an associate broker in Louisiana. Thank you, Walter, for joining me today.
Appreciate being on.
You want to give me a little bit of background as far as who you are and how long you've been in the industry?
My name is Walter Campbell. I'm an associate broker with Keller Williams Realty in Lafayette, Louisiana, and we serve southwestern Louisiana. And I've been in real estate since January of 2000. I started with an independent company for a couple of years, had my own company for 7 years, and then in 2009, I merged it into Keller Williams Realty. And we have 6 offices throughout South Louisiana. And I've been former CEO. I've been a broker numerous times, which means all of our agents are licensed under my license as a broker. And about 2 years ago, I just changed all of that and just have my own. I'm a solo realtor, associate broker in our office with an assistant. And it was a great decision. I've been CEO of Keller of our franchise and broker several times. Love every aspect of my real estate profession. Been involved in the board. I was president of the board in New Orleans and president of the board in Lafayette, and just enjoy watching people. In fact, just today, somebody told me that they wouldn't be where they are if it hadn't been for me contributing into them. So that's kind of my mission. Is I succeed only by helping those around me succeed, and by doing so, I'll achieve all of my dreams.
Awesome. Absolutely love it. That's, I think, something that our industry enables us to do that you just don't, I haven't been able to find any other industry. I guess I should say it like that. Very cool. So you mentioned your area. What typically brings people to that area? What's the draw? What can they expect when they move there?
We are in Southwest Louisiana, and our market is, I would say, the healthiest in Louisiana. We have about a quarter million people in our metropolitan area. So it puts us, I think we're the 4th largest city in Louisiana. A lot of people don't realize that our neighbor to the west, Houston, Texas, just the city of Houston, Texas, has nearly twice as many people as the entire state of Louisiana.
Oh, wow.
We have fewer than 5 million people in Louisiana. The things that draw people to Louisiana is our culture, our amazing outdoor sports opportunities as far as hunting and fishing and things like that. Our food is second to none. I've traveled all over the world. I've never found anywhere where the richness of flavor has been so wonderful. In Lafayette, we have literally one festival for every day of the year. Yes, we have festival freaks, and I'm talking about from the Rice Festival, the Boudin Festival, the Crawfish Festival, Festival International, Festival Acadian. We have a huge French presence here. This was where the Acadians from Nova Scotia settled hundreds of years ago.
So it sounds like a lot of like pride and heritage, pride and culture. Like all these festivals seem to be not just kind of, in Colorado here we get a lot of music festivals and beer festivals. It sounds like what you guys get are a lot of pride in your history.
Yes. And while other areas of Louisiana are suffering economically, I'll say, our area, and it's hard to put another beat on it other than using the word culture. We have economic growth here. I remember one of our former parish, we call them parishes in Louisiana, not counties, but one of our parish leaders, he told me it's no accident that our property values have increased. That's been intentional. And he went out of his way to change our economy, which was nearly, I'll call it 85%, based on oil and gas, petroleum. petroleum engineering, petroleum industries, to massively diversifying our area. And I credit him a lot. I consider him a friend of mine. I kind of consider him my uncle. He was in office here for 12 years as what's called our parish president. And so our area, we are a college town. University of Louisiana at Lafayette is here. We like to call ourselves the University of Louisiana. So not only is our college a great draw, but industries like healthcare, huge healthcare industries here, retail, technology, that we've been able to attract some really big technology organizations. And so it's helped our economy level through COVID, level through economic shifts, and somehow we just come out of the other side shining. So it's wonderful.
Very cool. Can you think of any of those companies that are down there right now, or anyone that's been recruiting or growing?
There's a company called CGI, which is a national technology company. And in fact, I would, without having to research too far, I'll bet they are international. And they are probably one of the highest tech companies here. And they came specifically here to Lafayette because our university here is nationally ranked when it comes to graduating some of the best IT technology, IT professionals.
Okay, so anyone who watches this that has kids looking to go into the IT field, this should be an area, this should be a school that they should be looking at, considering. Maybe jump online if you haven't heard of it and Google it and learn a little about it.
Oh yeah, we have a nationally ranked IT portion of our university, as well as medical. In fact, we are working to try to get a medical school developed here in Lafayette. My daughter actually 3 weeks ago graduated with her MD from LSU Shreveport, but that is 3 hours north of us. And so we've been really chomping at the bit to try to get a medical school in Lafayette tied to our university and our hospitals.
Very neat. You talked a little bit about the current state of the market. What are you seeing in 2023? Maybe like what have you seen in the last couple months, and then what can anyone buying in that area or moving from that area expect in maybe the next 60 to 90 days?
Well, I find that a true bellwether is what is occurring with the companies coming into Lafayette. While other companies are leaving other geographies, they're actually coming to Lafayette. So we're getting a Dave & Buster's, we're getting a Top Golf, we are working to get a Buc-ee's here. Buc-ee's, they've been in business for 40 years. Buc-ee's.
Yeah, so tell me, I don't know what that is. What is Buc-ee's for those who
Buc-ee's is the largest. It's its very own unique convenience store. And imagine a convenience store. This is usually near major interstates, right? Where they have 150 pumps. They have a 50,000 square foot retail area, and they sell their own food products. They sell their own. Buc-ee's is a beaver. That is their.
That's what I was picturing. I'm gonna have to go look this up now.
And they have Buc-ee's. They're vast, and they are so popular. People plan a trip around visiting a Buc-ee's. Yes, and so Ruston, Louisiana, which is north of Lafayette, near Shreveport, where my daughter lives and just finished medical school. They have in Ruston, Louisiana, they have announced they're building a Buc-ee's there. And this is the first Buc-ee's in the state of Louisiana.
Okay.
So it's exciting. And I've been in touch with the mayor of Ruston and to work on how we can get a Buc-ee's in a little town called Rain, Louisiana. They don't usually go to the biggest cities. They like to be just outside the big cities. And so if you're in Austin, Texas, there's not one in Austin, Texas, but there's one about 20 miles outside of Austin, Texas. And there are some around Houston, Texas, but not in Houston, Texas. It's almost a destination. And so we're working to do that. And national builders are expanding here. And in fact, 2021 was our best year in real estate history in our metropolitan area. 22 was our second best year. And I mean, when we came out of the gates in January of 22, the spike went up. We were like, oh my gosh, could 2022 be better than our best year in the history of our multiple listing service, which, by the way, is 75 years old. But in February, it started going down. So, and it almost made it up in June, but it never. However, to have two back-to-back record years, giving everything else going on in the world, I would say that the bubble theory exists.
Yeah.
So,
Huh.
that's good.
When people are moving to that area, is it a lot? Would they expect a lot of rural housing, or are there urban areas, apartments? Are they getting some acreage? Is there a variety of all of it?
There is. The city of Lafayette is landlocked by 5 other cities. So the expansion of we call it our hub city. That's its nickname, hub city. All of the major thoroughfares and railroads make it a spur, so that it has been nicknamed the hub city for years and years. And it is landlocked, and so the other outlying cities are the ones that are really experiencing the growth. There's a town called Carencro, Louisiana, which is, I'll call it 5 miles north of the center of Lafayette, and it's one of the fastest growing cities in America. And in Youngsville, Louisiana, which is about 7 miles south of Lafayette, in 2012, 10 years ago, it was one of the fastest and continues to be one of the fastest growing cities in America and in Louisiana. And they're able to expand like mad. They're able to, they have a lot of expandability. And it is I would say the price ranges, the average price, to give you an idea, has gone in the last 3 years in Lafayette, Louisiana, from about $220,000 to over $280,000 in just a few years.
And what do you get for that?
You get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, 1,500 square feet, brick on slab, maybe with some updates, and that's about it. There's some new construction that you can buy. At that price, 285,000, you might get a 1,600 square foot home in a neighborhood with similar priced homes. So there's a lot of these little developments popping up all over. We are largely a sugarcane crop grower here. So if you're eating sugar in your coffee, if it wasn't imported from another area, it was probably grown in Louisiana. Yes. We have sugarcane fields all over the place. And so these sugarcane fields are disappearing and being replaced by developments. And it's exciting. Now, we do also do a lot of rural development financing here, which is outside of most cities. And they are loans that are provided by U.S. Department of Agriculture because they're trying to build up the growth in the outlying areas. And those are, I'm not a lender, but those are 100% financing opportunities. And so if you want to live outside of most of the cities, in the semi-rural areas, if you want to call it that, then that house might be eligible for rural development financing.
And that's really interesting because here, I'm hearing these numbers, and anyone that hears this from Denver here is going to hear that and go, "That's unbelievable! You can't buy a house for under 300,000, probably in the entire state of Colorado."
Oh yeah,
what is the rental?
Colorado is off the chain. Colorado is here's another thing to point out, that I just went to an economic forum
Mhm.
last Thursday. Last Thursday, yeah. And the man is so knowledgeable, and what he gives us is lots of graphs, lots of data, and he is showing how our area historically, I mean, he went back 100 years, that historically our area averages about a 4% appreciation per year, and it's almost consistent. You're going to have some blips. You're going to have in the 80s and early 90s, there was a big oil crunch, and a lot of people were unemployed, and so the market went down.
Mhm.
And then you'll have things like hurricanes or floods or things like that that will make a blip. But if you look at the long curve, it's about a 4% average appreciation per year. Colorado, like a roller coaster, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
still way sharper than our market. California is the same. Nevada is the same. Um, Arizona is the same.
I
That
remember
they're all
we talked
parts of the
about
country.
we talked about 4% in Colorado in 2005, 2006, and I don't even think we got 4% at that time. I think it was kind of a break even period. However, now, when or I shouldn't even say now, then we had 2021 where we saw 20%, 22% a year, and then that stopped. I mean, in the last 6 months, 12
Mhm.
months, we're not seeing that so much anymore. Um, so it's interesting. We have a lot of volatility. It's nice to hear that there's still parts of our country that are, I'm not gonna say predictable, but a nice steady average of 4% is pretty healthy, I think.
Yes, exactly. Mhm.
So very cool. Anything else about the area, about you, about the market that would be good to share, that would be good information?
I would just say that a lot of people feel uncomfortable when they relocate somewhere.
Mhm.
And I find that the people in our area, in specifically Southern Louisiana, we are amazingly hospitable. We welcome people that aren't from the area. We take them in like family. And it's amazing the responses that the folks have. I was talking to the mayor of Youngsville 10 years ago when we were talking about the amazing growth that they were having there. And I said, where are they coming from? And he said, 80% of them are coming from outside of our area. It's not like they're moving from mom and dad's and buying their house
Right.
or or residing in that town. They're coming from everywhere for their own reasons, whether it's business and industry, opportunity to start their own companies. Some big national players are investing in
Very
Lafayette and our surrounding areas, and they wouldn't do that if they didn't see the massive opportunity here, the massive opportunity for employees, the massive opportunity to make profits on their businesses, and so it's a great place to be. Come on down.
awesome. Hey, thanks again. I really appreciate you taking the time, sharing your knowledge with me and with everyone who's going to hear this. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Sean.